sisterhood and the importance of that in your romantic relationships. So if you're a woman listening to this and you've got a partner and at any point in your life you've been pointing the finger at him going, he needs to change, I need more from him, this needs to go, this needs to be added in, I need him to be able to emotionally hold me, I need him to be able to see me and hear me, I need to feel validated in that. Babe, perfect. All of that is true. You are so deserving and so worthy of all of that. Yes, you should have that in your relationships. This video is about the fact that you do not have to get everything that you need in life out of your man. And if you were open to sisterhood and connection through other women, some of those needs would be met through that avenue and there would be less pressure on your romantic relationships. So let's open that up. I remember the first time a coach said to me, Shauna, do you realise that you don't have to get everything from your partner? And I was like, no, that's bullshit. He's my person. He's my rock. We are each other's person. And then I was like, hang on a minute, that's a pretty heavy burden for one person to carry that I had put on him. It's a really heavy burden for one person to be your everything. He has to be everything minutely and hugely that you need in life. It's a big fucking burden. And if that was reversed and put on you, that all of his happiness, all of his joy, all of his fulfillment, purpose, passion was all wrapped up in you, then you've got to live up to that your whole entire life, every single day, every minute too. Of course, there's going to be downfalls in that. So let's talk about sisterhood and brotherhood for men and sisterhood for women. So I've had this conversation with my partner during the week of like, my God, I spend a lot of time during the day on my own. He goes to his construction job. The kids go to work and school. I work for myself. I'm in my office. I'm doing my own thing. I'm with my clients over Zoom. I spend a lot of time on my own. Now, as an extrovert, that is actually physically painful. And too long in that space actually puts me into a very low vibration, no drive, no passion. So I need people. That is a personal Shaunaism. And if you're an extrovert out there, you get it. Even if you're an introvert that likes to externally process, this will be having an impact on your life. So this is where sisterhood can come into this, right? So this is going to be a little bit of a mixed matched kind of video because I haven't prepared anything. This is just a big burning passion on my heart of, my God, I know that when Dan comes to me with his problems and it's a little bit, if it's ungrounded, unintegrated, he hasn't processed it and it's raw, totally fine. I can hold that if I'm in a really great place. If I'm grounded and I'm integrated and I'm fucking firing on all cylinders. There are definitely times in relationships where the other person can't hold that. They've got their own things going on. They've got their own feelings, emotions, whatever going on in life. That's where it's a really great place to be able to have other avenues in your relationship, to be able to talk to other people. For men, I'm a big believer in men's work. For women, I'm a big believer in women's work. I very rarely work with men. The only avenue a man has to come in and work with me is through relationship coaching with his partner. Any other time a man wants to work with me, I redirect him onto my partner Dan because I am a massive believer in men need men. There is a whole epidemic out there in the world right now of men not knowing how to be men, not knowing how to be that integrated partner, that integrated father, how to be able to hold space for their woman whilst not being emasculated, not being his balls in her handbag. So men need men. Now let's talk about women needing women. There is something truly sacred about sisterhood. Now, if you have never experienced this, you're probably going to glaze over and not have any idea what I'm talking about. And if you have ever had a moment in life where a woman has held you emotionally, has been there for you, has supported you physically, has helped you in any way, you'll know the feeling that I'm talking about. It's that feeling of, my God, when we come together, it is a whole different approach to support than what the masculine can provide for us. So when women come together, it is truly sacred. And it actually, that feeling that you would have had in the past at some point, no matter how minute or how big, is actually a sacred remembering of how we were always meant to be. So you think about how things were in the ancient times. We're talking not even caveman times, but even just a couple of 100 years ago. Women raised their children in villages. They raised them together in community. The men were off hunting, they were off doing their work, whatever they were doing. The women were together in the village raising their children, doing their washing together, going down to the river or the creek and washing together. They would bleed together in red tents. There was a sacredness over the woman and over sisterhood that has been totally fucking lost in our society nowadays. And it's making it come back through things like women's circles and women's retreats and women's empowerment, whilst also being self-love that actually opens you up to sisterhood and not just, yeah, women rule the world. Not that bullshit, because all that does is actually knock down men. We're looking for the natural balance of things, for men and women to be equal, and for men to know their lane and for women to know their lane. What's our lane of genius? What's our greatness? What are we really great at in this world? In our natural cellular level, what's our lane of genius? And on a natural cellular DNA fucking built-in level for a man, what's their lane of genius? It's protect and provide. For the woman, it's nurture, care, softness, beauty. They're all the things that come naturally. And when you hang out with more women in a really safe place, that becomes it becomes cultivated and it grows, and I'm going to call it fester in a really great way, and provides you with another avenue for support and love and guidance and wisdom in your life, which some women are looking only to their partner for. So for a woman to be able to receive this kind of sisterhood, she needs to be open to recognizing that women are not her competition. And that's something that absolutely hasn't been taught to us in society. If you were a person who grew up in a regular home and you went and did a regular job and you got that corporate life, for example, there's that corporate ladder that you're climbing. It's other women that you're up against, other men that you're up against. So you become quite masculine and quite dominant and quite competitive, which takes us completely away from our natural state of nurturing, caring, beauty, softness, slowness, all those things. So when women come together in that space of caring, nurturing, softness, slowness, wisdom, like we have fucking power inside of us. Have you ever stopped to think about the power that a woman holds? We literally create life from our body. Our womb is a portal from one realm to the next. Whether you actually physically give birth to a child or not, that womb can be a portal for ideas, for business, for creativity, to be birthed into this world. We are the ultimate creators. And we create all of that with a little seed that a man gives us, and we create it and make it something so much bigger. So you really get to, if you want to have this experience in your relationship, you get to open yourself up to sacred sisterhood. Where do you find that? That's the other question, right? So the first thing is you be the woman who is a sacred sister. To be that safe place for other women to go to. Be that non-judgmental, non-competitive, non-comparison to other women. Knowing your own greatness, your own self-love, being able to hold all of that and also celebrate another woman. She is not your competition, she is your sacred sister. And allowing that to flow into your life so much deeper. If this is a struggle for you, then that's okay. I get it. We're not taught this shit in real life. If you went to a mainstream school, this was absolutely not your freaking experience. And that's okay, because we get to do differently now that we're adults and we have way more choices available to us and more knowledge and resources. So sister circles, go and find yourself a really great facilitator of a sister circle. If you don't know one, message me and I'll send you in the right direction. I've got an online one that I'm a part of, a space of an online sister circle, and every month we meet. There's a beautiful group chat that goes on. It is sacred. It is my sacred touch point every month to physically connecting with those women. And then throughout the month, there's this beautiful group chat where there is so much nurturing and caring for each other and celebration of each other. They are everywhere. Like, there is a sister circle on every corner these days. If you haven't been able to find one, let me know. No matter where you are in the world, there is an online one available for you and I can direct you in the right place. Back to the whole point of this video is the importance of sisterhood. Like, anyone who knows me personally knows that, like, in the past I've run women's retreats, women's circles, done it like for the last 6 years. It has been my life. And I originally got into that because I was looking for connection with high value women. I couldn't find it anywhere, so I created a space where women could find me. And that's grown and grown and grown and grown and grown, which is beautiful. What that has allowed for me is for me to have a space and an avenue where my partner isn't everything to me. And I know that that might challenge a few of your beliefs. Because if you've been living in codependency, babe, I hate to tell you, but you're going to be looking at your partner going, of course he's my everything, that's the way it should be. That means that we love each other. That means that we've got a good relationship because we can't live without each other. Bullshit. I call bullshit. What that means is that you've got complete codependency with your partner and it's actually extremely unhealthy. Not only that, you are blocking yourself from a whole other fucking wide world of love and support and guidance and wisdom and intuition and sacredness and wholeness and completeness in life by only having that one avenue of support and love for you. So can we make a commitment to ourselves to open ourselves up to even more connection, even more depth in our life, even more sacredness, even more, like I just said, wisdom, intuition, guidance, sisterhood. And you know what? You know what comes with sisterhood, ladies? Fucking fun. Have you ever had those moments with your girlfriends where you just laugh so hard that you actually wee your pants? Get yourself some of those friends. Be the one that organises. Go ask them to come for a walk with you and have a chat while you're moving your body. Catch up with them after school. Get all the kids together and let them just run feral in the backyard. While 3 or 4 mums sit there and have a coffee and just like have a space to be together. If you're yearning for this and you're searching for this, you may have to be the one that goes out and creates it. And congratulations for being a leader. If anyone is looking for a space like this, like I said, reach out to me. I can definitely direct you in the right place. This is actually service to your romantic relationships. And for any men that are watching this, or if you're a woman and you've got a partner who you think that your partner would also benefit alongside you doing this kind of work, him having a brotherhood, there's definitely beautiful online spaces for men as well, which I also have resources to. So let me know and I can direct you in that way as well. So my partner Dan runs a fortnightly men's circle online. So anywhere in the world you can join that. And there's a big, beautiful group chat that goes in there. When he shares with me what goes on, like he's very integral with how much he shares. He just shares with me little snippets of how far the men are coming and their growth and how much they're enjoying it and the opening of these men. Because women are pretty easy to crack open compared to men. Dan's got a big job on his hands, helping men feel safe enough to feel their feelings, to know that it's okay. That crying doesn't make them weak. That speaking into how they're feeling and their emotions actually makes them a stronger, integral, integrated man for their family. Teaching these men how to live for more than just their wife. So many men wrap their whole entire essence and being and purpose for even waking up in the morning and being alive. The only reason that they're not committing suicide is because they've got to provide for their family. They literally live for their wife and kids. And if you're listening to that going, wow, what a great man. Fuck, again, I call bullshit. How can your entire life force and energy and happiness be tied up into one person? That's so dangerous. Self is where it's at. Tie it all up in self. Self-love, self-compassion, self-forgiveness. And everyone around you gets to have the trickling out of that. They don't get the actual fucking the best of you if you're not providing all of that self stuff. Okay, I think I've been on a big enough rant. If you haven't realised, I'm telling you that having other avenues rather than your partner. So let me be clear. I am not saying that you shouldn't rely on your partner to be emotionally seen, heard, respected, loved, all those things. What I'm saying is they're the icing on the top. Anything that your partner provides you in the way of that beautiful love and tenderness and caring is the icing on top of an already whole and complete cake. You're the cake. You're the snack, babe. Okay? And like I said, I'm always here if you're looking for support to be allowed to make yourself whole and complete and put yourself back together and remember the sacredness of sisterhood. Reach out. I live for this shit.